Hey guys, I'm Elliott. This is Everything Elliott, and I'm not a professional welder or fabricator. I'm the guy that can just get it done. And I've got this piece of steel here. This is actually a plow bottom from my 2-bottom plow that goes on the back of my tractor. Now, if you're here because this is a metalworking video and you're not a regular follower of my channel, I use the 2-bottom plow behind my tractor to plow my food plots. And it broke. Yeah, that is not supposed to look like that. And this plow is about 70 years old at my best guess. And I'd like to thank everybody that left comments on my last video on where to find one. Unfortunately, if you did leave me a link directly to one, I've just filmed this video prior to seeing that. But there are a bunch of people that did make good suggestions, and I'm still tracking that down. But for right now, I want to get this thing fixed to the best of my ability to put it back in service. Now, you have to remember this 2-bottom plow is only used once or twice a year to do a half acre, again, once or twice a year. So if I can put this together good enough to get a half acre done and then, you know, find another one to actually replace it, I'll do that. But I want to get this back in service because I want to use the 2-bottom plow. Now, I think the plan is going to be to pretty much just heat and beat this. And I know this is hardened steel, and I know heating it is probably going to weaken it, but that's the only option I have at this point. So we'll start with heating. Looks like we need to do this part first. Beat this outward, and then this downward. So it'll be 2 parts, I guess, to the heat and beat. I think that's about close enough, if I'm being honest. But that was the easy one. This is going to be the tough one. All right, it's not hot over here. All right, we got to heat it up again. because it's got to go more. Tell you what, that's pretty darn good. I think I can handle that. It's tough for the camera to focus, but I think we should be able to weld that back together. We're gonna have to grind that out, obviously, but weld it on the inside and out. We should be in pretty good shape. All right, so I got that crack ground out on the outside, that is. I tried to get to the inside, but my grinder doesn't fit. So we're just gonna weld the inside nice and good, I guess, for lack of better terms. And I'm actually gonna get to welding earlier than I anticipated, because I was gonna throw some heat into it to get some preheat, and I said to myself, well, it's already preheated, why don't we just weld now? So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fire up the ESAB Rebel 285, and we're gonna MIG weld this thing, hopefully well enough that it stays together. I've been known to weld farm implements together, and they usually end up sticking together, so hopefully this is another one of those cases. I believe that'll do. Well, I tell you what, you got to be pretty brave to show your welds on YouTube. And since I started this video with a disclaimer that I'm not a professional, I got no issue showing my welds on YouTube, because, well, if you don't go in with the expectations that you're going to see professional welds, then you can't really critique them, because, well, I know I'm not a professional, but for not being a professional, I think they look pretty good. Let's get this thing flipped over and see if we can't touch the inside a little bit. I'd love to go over that a second time, but I think we might run into fitment issues with the way that it goes on. So I might go check that right now, see if it still fits on there, and see how much of a gap we have. If I can get another layer in there, I will. So there's all sorts of room in there, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to throw another layer right on top of this to help beef it up even more. Beef it up even more. And I'll tie both sides together, kind of thing. I just realized you probably can't see because my helmet gets in the way. So I'm much happier with that second pass. It was nice and hot. You can see it's nice and blue. That's a good thing, I think. It means we got some good penetration there. So now, I'm not concerned about the inside, but the outside. I do want to take a flap disc to it and get that nice and ground down and nice and smooth. And we might try to find some carriage bolts, because that's what this takes, is carriage bolts. I don't know if I have any though, at least any that'll fit. I could just wait till tomorrow to get carriage bolts. What am I talking about? You guys don't need to see this video tomorrow. You're not going to know the difference whether it gets posted today or tomorrow or next Wednesday. I'll just get carriage bolts tomorrow. All right, we're going to let this cool for a little bit, and we're going to get a flap disc out, smooth it out a little bit. Well, I wasn't recording that entire time, so I did some grinding, and I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out. If I didn't know it was blown apart and fixed it myself, I probably wouldn't know it was ever fixed. Looks great. I couldn't be happier with the way that turned out, and yeah, I need to get some carriage bolts. All right, if you're worried about this little piece right here, don't be. It'll be fine. Well guys, that's gonna be it for this video. We've got the 2-bottom plow back up and running, or at least from what I can tell, it's back up and running. It's definitely serviceable. We got the welds done with the ESAB, and I guess the only thing left to do is actually test it. So if you're interested in seeing this thing run after me welding it up, well, I guess you're just gonna have to subscribe. Hit that like button, hit the notification bell, and until the next video, I hope you guys have a great day.